Is it a good or bad look that Steph campaigned for his third MVP?
It's both. It's a good and bad look, but I get it. Steph caught up in between like I'm caught up in between. You got in this culture right now that is about clout chasing for the followers, that it's been created. You got to do stuff like this. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. I get it. But at the same time, it's kind of weird. It's a tug of war because us from the old school, or people who grew up in the old school, before the social media, before you had to go out there and declare yourself the best, that others would do it for you, you're feeling that world shift. And I think Steph Curry got caught up in the middle of it. No longer actions speak louder than words. It's now tweets talk louder than actions. I mean, for real. Like, if you don't pop off, people don't think you popping. Like, for real.
That's real.
Dog, that's real. That's my boy. I told you about Seaway. My boy Seaway, check me. I owe you a phone call too, big dog. I'm sorry, brother, but I got too many kids. Anyway, Seaway was like, dog, you know that you have been away from the block, away from the hood in terms of living and circumstances more than you were on it. You're 46 now. You've been rich for 25 years, and you grew up adverse conditions for 21 years. Some kids don't know you. Kids ain't trying to hear that. They don't know about all the stories that you and I chop up. You be like, damn, Sel, you had that? Yeah, I did that. But I don't walk around like that. And then I get forgotten. And Steph Curry like, hey, in case you forgot, I'm over here giving people buckets. So I get the tug of war that he got caught up in between.
If you don't pop off, people think you ain't popping. That's real. And in all honesty, you can almost take it a step further because perception is to a degree reality. So if you don't pop off, you might not be popping. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, you almost have to. It's unfortunate, but it's an unfortunate truth. Good or bad look, it's a necessary look that Steph Curry had to campaign for a third MVP. Sal, your boy was trying to go to dinner last night. I was trying to.
What you mean trying?
I didn't end up going. Why didn't I end up going? Because I was looking at different websites, and I wanted to go to this one spot. It looked fire, but it had a dress code. You had to wear a certain attire, like button-downs and all this other stuff. And I was like, see, even if you get dressed, you might look good, you might look bad, but to go to that restaurant, it was necessary. And that's where I feel like with this Steph Curry situation, it was a necessary look. I'm not going to call it good or bad, but it fit the build for what had to happen. I got to remind y'all, got to remind myself, humans vote on this award, not computers, humans. Flawed humans, flawed human mentalities. They vote on this award. Remember, AD was omitted on an all-NBA team list, all 3 NBA team lists by voters, by a voter last year. So, like, it's real humans who can make real mistakes. So Steph Curry's like, hey, I'm going to do my best to make sure y'all don't make no mistakes. I should win the MVP. I probably won't, but I'm at least do my part to try to cover for human error because we all make mistakes. Well, we got to bring in Slick Rick. He don't really make a ton of mistakes, I'll be honest. But what's up, Slick? Is it a good or bad look that Steph campaigned for his third NBA MVP?
Well, it's certainly a good look that you guys are taking the track that you are because you're right on it. Although you didn't answer the question, so that's a bad look on that end. Necessary look. It's good or bad, not necessary. It's a great look because it's in keeping with who Steph Curry is. He wasn't campaigning. He was joking. He knows how this works. He knows how the media, when he answers this question, however he answers it, he knows it's going to blow up. He knows he won't win the MVP. He knows he can't win the MVP, and he damn well knows he shouldn't win the MVP. But let's have some fun with it. I mean, that's why he said, look, I gotta win it. And then it was, I like to be dramatic sometimes, and so I'm just setting the table. For what? For us to talk about it, and for us people to go, ooh, is it good or bad? Is it real or is it not real? This is the same guy who, when he warms up, give me a little flavor of Steph Curry. This is what we know Steph Curry for as much as anything else. Now, is this a guy who's all about, let me tell you, I'm the MVP, I gotta be the MVP? Or is this a guy who just loves to have fun and knows that there's value in having fun? Because this is the one element that you guys hit that I think is valid, which is that he has to think like he's the MVP. He has to operate like he's the MVP because he has this Warriors team that doesn't have a chance of even making the playoffs if he's not operating and thinking and playing at an MVP level. So the mindset of trying to be an MVP is very real, but he also realizes how this game is played and knows that it's not And so he's on a podcast with Rex Chapman and says, you know what, let me have a little fun with it because people are going to have fun with it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he was having fun with it, but like you said, what's engineering this, what's really driving this is the fact that in this world today, you have to do these type of things to cause attention, to bring attention to your greatness, or people just won't even deem it great. And that's what's crazy about it. Like Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time. You say that, somebody already want to throw somebody else's name in there, and you're like, okay. And then Steph Curry's like, all right, let me make a mockery of how well I shoot by going to half court or going underneath, tunnel 1A and just shooting 90-footers and like, yeah, where was that at 20, 30 years ago? Like, it's just so crazy, man. I feel the same thing in all facets of life, bro. Man, these little kids be out here trying to check me sometimes, and I just look at them, I stare. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to say in response, but what have you ever done for the community, Marcellus? I was like, oh, I ain't did that much, But if you want to go through NFL players in terms of their commitment to their community, name another player that won the Walter Payton Man of the Year 1, 2, 3 times like your boy did. See, I just did what Steph Curry just did. And now everybody's like, oh, he did do stuff for the community. Why I got to say that? Y'all should already know that. And that's what's crazy. They just want to come up to you and snipe you if you don't say stuff like this. Heller said it best, John Heller, producer. He said, it's almost like your social media account has to be a fan account of yourself now. Like, you got to actually run your account like, okay.
Heller said that?
Heller said that. I don't want
Everything
credit for
good
that.
Marcellus says, Heller says.
No.
Slick, that's how it goes.
Everything I do
That's how
and
it
everything I say.
Heller is in
Thanks for
charge
the
of me.
note, Acho.
Pull the string. So here's the thing. Now, in all seriousness, and that's why, man, I'll be looking at these accounts, I listen to these guys, and sometimes you just want to say, hey, here's the megaphone, me too. And that's what Steph Curry did in this moment. He just grabbed the megaphone to say, hey.
Did Heller tell you to go to break?
No, he wants to?
Yeah.
Okay.